So everyone in the PlayStation community was rejoicing. Yes, they were boasting that the recent rumors is saying that the PlayStation Pro has yes, the PlayStation fans, the ponies, was saying that the PlayStation 5 Pro could power a small town. 67 teraflops they were talking. They said so much computing power. While on the other hand, level-headed Xbox fans was basically saying this.
Correct? Okay, so then, now, when does crack, now, so the cocaine's happening, when does that crack come into play for you?
When does the crack come into play, ponies? Because you guys are so quick to believe any rumor that is positive for PlayStation, any rumor that is, seemingly ammunition, you guys just take it and run with it. While we have been saying, let's wait and see whether something is confirmed before you all boast on it. Nothing is wrong with reporting on it, but before you all start to gloat and boast on it, wait and see what is the final news on that particular topic. It just so happened that there is more information concerning the so-called leak that was presented by Moore's Law is dead. Now we have some clarification from Insider Gaming. Listen.
First, let's talk about system memory. The standard PS5 memory runs around 448 gigabytes a second. The system memory of the new PS5 Pro will run at about 576 gigabytes per second, which is a 28% increase over the standard console. Also outlined in the documents we've seen is that the PS5 Pro system memory is more efficient than the standard console, so the bandwidth gain may actually increase by more than the 28%. Regarding the CPU, it's identical to the standard PS5. However, the Pro has a high CPU frequency mode, which takes the CPU to 3.85 GHz, a 10% increase over the standard console.
They're just a gift that keeps on giving, They're just a gift that keeps on giving. I keep trying to tell y'all.
So yes, the PlayStation community is going to get milked yet again by Sony. Why do we say that? It's because of the CPU. They are paying more money. They are going to spend more money for the same CPU that is in the PlayStation 5. Now, Sony is planning to sell this PlayStation 5 Pro, if it is true, with that amount of teraflops, 33.5 teraflops or 67 teraflops. That's the selling point that the PlayStation 5 Pro is going to use in order to sell more consoles. But really and truly, that amount of teraflops could never be utilized with that old CPU or with that slightly, overclocked CPU. So in order for Sony to achieve the frame rates that they are looking for, the textures that they are looking for, they would need to have something else. That is where their new secret sauce comes in. Listen.
The GPU in the console, the following was previously revealed in the last leak, but if you didn't know, the PS5 Pro will have rendering 45% faster than the PS5, a 2 to 3 times increase in ray tracing performance, and in some cases up to 4 times, 33.5 teraflops, PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution upscaling and anti-aliasing solutions.
So that is it. That is what Sony would be using in order to achieve the frame rates that they're looking for and the textures that they're looking for, the resolution that they're looking for. They're going to use this new PSSR software, this AI software, to achieve what they are looking for. And that brings us to the first point of this video. You see, since the PlayStation 5 rumors, a lot of journalists, a lot of fans, both Xbox and PlayStation 5 Pro fans have been saying that Xbox is dead if this PlayStation 5 Pro comes out. They have been saying that Xbox Series X will not compete with the PlayStation 5 Pro. But here's why I would say that the Xbox Series X has more life than ever before. Because look at this. The Xbox Series X processor has a similar clock speed to the PlayStation 5 Pro. We're seeing that it is a 3.8 and the PlayStation 5 Pro is only 3.85. So yes, Sony is going to make the PlayStation community pay for a brand new console that is equivalent when it comes to the processor to the Xbox Series X. Isn't that something? So it's very clear that the Xbox Series X going forward would be able to trade blows with the PlayStation 5 Pro, especially if the majority of the heavy lifting for those games on the PlayStation 5 Pro would be via software. Sony software. Microsoft, no doubt, would have deals for day 2 to implement their software to get higher frames and also higher textures and so forth. So, while persons are saying that the Xbox Series X is dead, no doubt, Xbox Series X consoles would have more life than you may think. But you know what? I could be capping. So that is why we are going to talk about life. The Xbox system has life. We are going to talk about death. We are going to talk about there's something that is basically dead at this point that persons are not talking about. And we're also going to talk about the future. Yes, the future does look bright for anyone who is in support of the Xbox platform. So, you know what? Let's talk about it.
This is a sickness!
Let's get it. Yeah, so this video is brought to you by the Let's Get It podcast. This is a podcast that I'll be hosting on a Sunday. If you like to support the podcast, you can. I will put all the information in the comment section. I'll pin it to the comment section. Don't forget that it will be on Sundays. You could come, tune in, see what's about, see if it is you like it. Give me suggestions on what we can talk about. No problem. If it is you can't support, and by that means you could do so by just hitting the subscribe button or liking the content. No problem. So thanks again for all those who have been contributing so far. So let's get back to the video. First up, we know that a number of people have been saying that Xbox is not doing enough to get JRPGs. They're not doing enough working with some of the studios outside of America, and because of that, Microsoft is paying the price, whether it be in Japan or overseas. Well, there is a new rumor that suggests that Microsoft has improved relations when it comes to Square Enix, when it comes to Sega, when it comes to all these Japanese studios. And here's the proof. Listen up as this rumor is announced yesterday. Listen.
Persona 6 is reportedly being planned for Xbox. Until recently, the Atlas series rarely released on Microsoft's platform. Persona 6 is being planned for Xbox platforms, according to a noted industry insider. Until recently, the Atlas RPG series had rarely been released on Xbox platforms. Before last year, when 3 games in the Persona series were ported to Xbox consoles and included in Game Pass, it had only appeared on Xbox twice, with fighting games Persona 4 Arena and Persona 4 Arena Ultimax released in 2012 and 2014 respectively. There's a strong case for refreshed interest from Atlas in Xbox then, and according to industry insider Nate the Hate, it's planning to release the next game in the series for Xbox. From the information I've heard, it does seem that Persona 6 will be coming to the Xbox, they said. I'm not 100% sure if it will be day and date with the PlayStation version, but considering the way the Persona games have been day and date with the multi-platform releases at this point, it may be a safe assumption to make. Another reliable Atlas insider recently claimed that Persona 3 Reload and Metaphor, ReFantazio are coming to the Nintendo Switch too. Persona 3 Reload is a remake of the 2006 RPG which was originally released on PS2. Metaphor, ReFantazio was originally announced as Project ReFantasy back in 2016, and is the first original RPG by Studio Zero.
Wow. Now this is significant, guys, because previously we know that Sony would have locked down Persona, the Persona franchise. The mere fact that this rumor is gaining steam where it is, Persona 6 could be announced for the Xbox day and date is a big deal. So now Persona fans who are on Xbox will have this game to be played on their platform, their preferred platform, day one. Now, how do you guys feel about it? I know that Persona did well on Game Pass. So how do you feel about Persona 6 launching day one on Game Pass? Now let's talk about the PlayStation VR2. Because currently, the PlayStation fans who would have invested their money in the PlayStation VR2, they are all doing this. So you might be asking why. Why are these ponies crying this time? You see, nearly every major gaming website is reporting that Sony is putting a pause, yes, a pause on the PlayStation VR2. Why? Because of the amount of stock that is in their warehouse. Yes, this thing is not selling, guys. Let's be honest with ourselves. It is not selling. The Oculus Rift 2 is demolishing it. The rest of VR headsets are destroying the PlayStation VR2. I know the Xbox fans and me, I made 2 videos on the PlayStation VR2 saying that, there are so many disadvantages of this thing becoming mainstream. For one, there is no backwards compatible games on the PlayStation VR2. Another point was that it's too much. It's too much money. You have to first have a PlayStation 5, then you have to buy the peripherals, then you have to buy games. All of that are preventative things that could prevent the PlayStation VR2 from going mainstream. So you guys need to admit it. This thing is looking dead, and Sony is basically confirming it. But you know what is the best part to all of this information? Do you know what is the kiss, as it were, the pickle on the burger? Do you know what it is? That the PlayStation fans are not believing it. Notice what they say here. Micah says, Takashi with yet another fake article about Sony Square Enix. You're not losing your job yet is the 8th wonder of the world. These guys are salty. Look at this one. PlayStation is better, says liar. So the PlayStation community is not believing it. They don't want to believe that right now Sony is in the backyard digging a 6-foot hole for the PlayStation VR2. It's dead. Look at this one here. He says, while this might be a possibility, the source is not credible at all. Yes, they don't want to believe it, guys. But guess what? Men lie, women lie, but numbers don't lie. It's very clear that the PlayStation VR2 is dead. So you guys better pay your respects now, because just now there might be a funeral for the PlayStation VR2. Well, let me hear what you think about PlayStation putting a pause on the PlayStation VR2. Did you invest money in the PlayStation VR2? Do you feel hurt that this might be a possibility? Let me know in the comment sections below. And finally, let's talk about new Xbox hardware. The PlayStation fans was convinced that the Xbox Series console would be the last console. That is what they have been telling and pushing in their circles. But we told the PlayStation community that it would be stupid on Microsoft's part to not release a next console. And it doesn't make any sense. And we know that Microsoft is not stupid. So these Sony fans convinced themselves that this is the last console. But here we have a new report. Here we have some new evidence to suggest that Microsoft is coming out with a brand new hardware. Listen to this article written by VGC. Listen up.
A new Xbox dev kit has reportedly been certified in South Korea. Microsoft recently said Xbox Series X won't be its last consoles. A new Xbox development kit has reportedly been certified in South Korea. As spotted by Xbox News for Koreans, the dev kit was today approved for use by South Korea's National Radio Research Agency. Manufactured in China and Vietnam, it carries the model number 2089. The Xbox Series X dev kit, which has the model number 1881, was certified by the agency 5 months before the console launched in November 2020. Legal documents leaked last September potentially laid bare key elements of Microsoft's gaming strategy for years to come, including plans to launch an, adorably all-digital, Xbox Series 10 console codenamed Brooklyn. While its plans may have changed, according to the documents, the console was targeting a November 2024 launch and a $499 price point. During a business update in February, Xbox confirmed that Series 10s won't be the company's last consoles. There's some exciting stuff coming out in hardware that we're going to share this holiday, and we're also invested in the next generation roadmap, said Xbox President Sarah Bond.
This here is tangible proof that Microsoft is coming up with a brand new console. As we could see here, the date is 2024-03-18. So this was, made available to the Korean board this year. So it's very clear Microsoft is making a brand new console. It goes on to read this. Microsoft's new Xbox Dev Kit console was certified by the National Radio Research Agency in Korea today. This means that you can use the device in Korea. It is likely to be distributed to game developers in Korea soon. So let me hear what you guys think this is. Let me hear your best idea. Do you think this is the next Xbox, so the next generation of Xbox consoles that is going to be released? Do you think this is an upgrade? Let me hear what you think. Do you think this is a handheld? Let me hear what you think this device is in Korea that Microsoft, is seeking approval for. Now, let me hear what you think about everything that was said today. Let me know what you think about the PlayStation VR2 being dead. Let me hear what you think about the PlayStation 5 Pro performance. And let me hear what you think about this brand new Xbox. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more video, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.